Well, it was a wonderful story. You know, the script is the thing that usually hooks me if it's the kind of movie I want to see. And I had the same reaction that you had. You know, you're wondering. You know, you haven't got it figured out. The filmmakers are ahead of you. You know, and I love that. I think Alan Loeb wrote a wonderful script, and all of the characters are so interesting.
Oh, and your character, WF, I felt like had the perfect introduction on the stairs because I felt like we instantly knew how this guy is, who this guy is, just by his kind of laid back persona.
Uh-huh.
Can you talk a little about coming up with WF?
Well, I mentioned the script. That's the first thing that, you know, as an actor, that's what I reference, and, you know, how he's described in the script, what he says, what people say about him, that sort of thing. So that certainly informs how I'm going to, you know, pull off the guy. And then there's so many other artists that you get to work with, you know, making movies. Ann Roth, our costume designer, so we were so lucky to have her. I'd worked with her years before in Jagged Edge. She's an incredible costume designer, and that's always a great moment when I, you know, meet with the costume designer and we start to, you know, look at all the clothes and the shoes and talk about it. And that aspect of the physicality of the character slowly comes into focus, you know.
Yeah.
And then you go see the set, you know, where you live, and that brings it all in. And all of these start to sharpen you know, who this guy is.
Well, it did feel like he was a man who probably lived there his whole life because he had this kind of New York beatnik kind of feel to him, which I really enjoyed, kind of getting that journey of his life in New York with him.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And New York itself is almost a character in the film, you know. You know, Mark Webb, our director, loves New York, and that's certainly evident in the film.
Now let's talk about the relationship your character has with Thomas, because it has this great appeal to it of you're kind of taking him on as his mentor, basically.
Yeah. It's, you know, our relationships with each other in life, you know, it can be very mysterious. You don't really know how people are connected, and this is kind of an example of that. But he's drawn to Thomas. You know, he sees his worth.
And somebody who you're not drawn to is Joanna, which you have one powerful scene with. I mean, that's a good scene to open with a character when they're just meeting. What was it like to work with Kate Beckinsale?
Well, I've admired her work for a long time, and she's a lovely person. And it was, I wish we had more scenes together. I see it's so difficult to talk about movies, what we're doing here, because you don't want to tip anything off. I'm already regretting things that I've said that have, you know, maybe given too much information, you know.
It's true because
Isn't it true?
it's hard because it's such a good payoff at the end that you're not expecting it at all.
Yeah. What payoff? What are you talking about? See, you shouldn't even have said that. You know, then people are looking for. There's no payoff. It's just life. You know.
No, you've done so many great movies over the years. Of course, my favorite will always be Like Everyone's The Big Lebowski. What was it about acting that made you know that this was something I'm going to pursue for the rest of my life?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I resisted it for a very long time. You know, my father, Lloyd Bridges, and my mom, Dorothy, they, unlike a lot of showbiz people, they really wanted all their kids to go into showbiz, into movies, you know, becoming an actor. And, you know, who wants to do what their parents want them to do when you're a kid? You know, when you're a teenager, you want to rebel. And I had all kinds of other ideas of what I wanted to do. Music, I was, you know, interested in music and art. And